Welcome to the demo video of GHA-Dashboard. But before we dive into the tool, first of all, we have to understand what is continuous integration. Say you are working on a project with two other developers and you made some changes locally, then you want to add these changes so everyone else can use it. But before doing so, you have to pass a workflow. This workflow will automatically code check, compile, and test your code before adding it so everyone else can use it. GitHub already offers this in a feature called GitHub Actions, which allows you to configure and create your own automated workflows. And if the workflow passes, your code will be eventually added so everyone else can use it. However, it can also fail, which means that you have to make more changes to address these failures. But the question here, how often do I fail? Did I fail a lot this month compared to previous month? And am I wasting a lot of time due to failures? Do I take a lot of time to fix these failures? And many other questions can be asked here. And to address that, GitHub already offers an Actions tab, which already shows you how often workflows fail and succeed in this page, and you can see their duration. Also, you can select specific workflows and you can filter by the type of event and status, branch, and actor. They also offer performance metrics, which you can see for each workflow, the percentage of job failures and the average runtime. And it's the same thing for jobs, which are subtasks of these workflows. You can see also the failure rate and average runtime. However, this is not enough for developers to take actionable decisions to improve their CI workflows performance. And for that reason, we offer GHA dashboard. So as simple as it is, it's a new option here in this tab integrated directly into GitHub, and you can start data collection using that button. And this shows that the data is already being collected correctly, and right when I have runs collected, I will directly see that reflected in my dashboard and I can start my analysis as it's collecting the data. And right here, you can see the total number of runs, the success rate, which is failure to success, and the median duration of my workflows, and the median absolute deviation, meaning that how much duration fluctuates in my workflow. The higher, the worse. And right here, as you can see, so phase one elapsed, and right now phase two started, which is the job's duration. And as I'm collecting, I can still see the analysis. So this table here already includes what's included in the GitHub default performance metrics dashboard, where we can see the total number of runs, failures, and so on. Here we can also see the daily runs breakdown. But before doing so, let's put the all-time filter so we can see everything. So the daily runs breakdown show you at each day how much you failed and you succeeded. So here, for example, I can directly see that this day had a lot of failures compared to success. Also for this day here. Here is the duration variability, and this tells you basically how often or how much the workflow duration fluctuates, which is something not good the more it fluctuates. Here we can see the cumulative failure duration, and in those 2 days specifically, for example, a lot of wasted time happened due to failure. So a lot of time spent just waiting for workflows to fail. This chart shows the time to fix, which means that how much time did you need to take a workflow from failure back to success. And I can see directly that the test workflow is much more complex to fix compared to linter workflow in this case. This chart shows the workflow duration over time with explosion detection, meaning that if the median duration increased in the next runs compared to previous runs, a point will show here, and you can directly address that point and see what happened in that day. Same thing for this point and same thing for this point. Using the same logic, we have another chart but dedicated to failures. So from this point, we can see that the failures in the next 10 days are much worse than previous 10 days, and so on for these two dots. So I can click on one of them and I can directly see the page of the workflow run where things start to get worse. And I can start analyzing what happened in this pull request, what files were changed, what was impacted, and what might happen that would influence the failure rates in my project. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time.